Good morning. So, today we have Mikey D on the lyrics, so yay. We have Natalie here on drums. It's been a little while. We've got Taylor on bass. Boo equals amazing. And then Peter's on electric guitar. Yes. And then we have Lyndon on the keys. It's subliminal. Don't go to McDonald's. Anyway, then we have myself. Hi, I'm Gianna. I'll be playing some acoustic guitar and singing. All of the songs are familiar today, so now you can stand and sing if you would like. The first song is called Good Day. It's been a while since I sat with you without a knot in my chest. It's been a while since I wanted to. I always felt a little oppressed. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while since I went ahead. You perpetuate. You're not the keeper of the pearly gates. It's been a while. I'm coming back to fight for my place. A good day to come back home. You sent me away when I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you kept running along. My a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide, I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. So this next song is one we haven't done in a while. It's called Everything I Need, and it's by Dana Diaz. You tell me I'm not alone. 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 You tell me to lift my head. 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 Then I see you there looking my way, shining bright like the sun. I see you there looking my way, shining bright like the sun. I see you there looking my way, shining bright like the sun. All I need, Joy for my morning, giving me joy for my morning. 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 You're still everything I need. You're still everything I need. You're still really what I seek. You're the reason that I breathe. Nothing ever goes unseen. You're aware of everything. The answers will come. The answers will come. The answers will come. The answers will come. You're all I need. 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 You are everything 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 I need. You're everything. You're everything I need. Everything I need. So that addition is due to Peter's creativity that he came up with this morning. So give it up for Peter. That's your That's your little rock moment within the worship. This next song is called While We Wait. We actually have 2 Amanda Cook songs in a row. I won't spoil the next one all the way, because you know who it's by. So, this song is about waiting. And I feel like that's one of the things you can definitely be sure of in life. Now, I like to think of this song as a comfort during those times, whatever you're waiting for. I was holding on with all my might, just praying for a ray of light, someone to hold me through the night. When I thought that I had lost my mind, I was all alone, and it got too quiet. You never let me go, never left my side. 'Cause you're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait. While we hope for better days. You're with us while we wait. There's a peace for our anxiety, a comfort for our suffering, a healing we have yet to see. But you're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait. While we hope for better days. You're with us while we wait. You're here in the center of our hopelessness. With little love, our faith is left. You're lifting up our weary gates. You're here in the tension of the life that was, the here and now, the yet to come, and through it all, your promise stands. You're here in the center of our hopelessness. Oh, and little love, our faith is left. You're lifting up our weary heads. You're here in the tension of the life that was, the here and now, the yet to come, and through it all, you promised stands, that you're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait. While we hope for better, while we hope for better, while we pray for better, while we cry out for better, we still need you to do better. Oh, we believe you will do better. Come and save us, make it better, make it better. We don't want to live in the suffering forever. Say you're with If you're a promise keeper, you always do what you say. Time to make good on your word, Jesus. Come and take this pain away, 'cause you're with us while we wait. Oh, we're running out of faith, but you swoop right in before the last of it is gone, 'cause you're with us while we wait. You'll do just what you say. You're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait. While we hope for better days. You're with us while we wait. You're with us while we wait.
Good morning. That was so good. Hi, my name is Hannah. Normally I cut Jared off. But instead, he can use all the resentment that has been building in his soul from all the times I did not unmute the microphone in an appropriate time. I'm just kidding. My name is Hannah. If you don't know who I am, I'm the pastor. Today, I am not speaking, and we have something really special. Thanks, Jared. I'm actually really happy because I was up all night with a baby who has a fever. So, you know, the Lord works in mysterious and terrible ways. Not terrible for y'all. It's excellent for y'all. So just a couple of announcements. If you're new or if you have anything you want to tell us, please take out your phone and go to diff.church. There is all the things you can sign up for groups. We have, in fact, updated the website to reflect that the days and times that the groups are. Yes, applause, okay? And by we, I mean Jarrett did it because I broke the website the last time I tried to do something. So you can actually see we have an in-person Tampa group on Tuesdays at 7. We have 2 in-person St. Pete groups on Wednesdays at 7:30. And we have a Zoom group on Wednesdays at 7:30 as well. And they are going to be starting this week, going every other week until about Thanksgiving. You can drop in, you can drop out. There's no pressure. We just have discussion questions based on what we talked about on Sunday. So no pressure, but lots of fun. And almost always snacks. If you're in the Zoom group, you are responsible for your own snacks. Rich cannot teleport you snacks. But we would if we could. If anyone figures out how to get that from the Lord, let me know. The other announcement for today is we are going to brunch afterwards. We like to hang out. So if you would like to hang out, we're going to the Salty Nun. It is like half a mile down Central Avenue. You can put it in your Jeepus. Salty Nun. Screenshot it if you need to. So without further ado, I am going to welcome Allison up here, who is our kids pastor. She does many wonderful things, and my 3-year-old likes her, which if you know her, best thing on my high praise. So give it up for Allison. I love you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Look at all your faces. You look fabulous. Okay, so my name is Allison. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, if you don't have a kid in the kids ministry, chances are I have not met you. So hello. So I am the kids pastor here. And so my goal for today is actually to tell you a little bit about myself and the kids ministry, and then I'm actually going to run through a sample lesson. So just so you can kind of see, what are we even teaching our kids at a church like this? Which is a very valid question. And as you'll see, I encourage question asking. So a little bit about me. First of all, actually, I want to say thank you, first of all, to Hannah for creating a space like this. So I very much appreciate the work that has gone into creating something like this. And then also to Sherry, because she's, first of all, my fabulous girlfriend. But second of all, she's actually the one who introduced me to Hannah. So kind of a fun little connection moment. And also thank you to Jeremy, who very much helps me with a lot of kid stuff. He's like my secondhand guy. He's in our elementary room right now. Amazing. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, so I actually graduated from ministry school. I went to a ministry school in Alabama. It's called Highlands College. So that's where I graduated from and got my degree in children's ministry, which is kind of a thing that I guess some people do or don't know exists. But yeah, that's what I did. And it was great. I mean, we unpacked it later, but that's not the point of me talking today. But anyways, I moved to Florida in 2016, about a year and a half later, to be a full-time kids director at a mega church down here because women couldn't be pastors. Again, we're going to move on from that. So I actually started doing ministry about the summer of 2007. I started volunteering at my first VBS that summer after 7th grade. So if any of you, I'm sure most of you know what VBS is. I was raised in Alabama, so I was raised Southern Baptist, so that's a very like Southern Baptist thing. But continued doing stuff. The year after that VBS was when I started doing like kindergarten Sunday school type stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Like I learned a lot, and it was great. Like I got to hang out with the kids, but I was still also kind of a kid myself because fast forward to 2011 was when I first had my, if you want to call it like my first moment of deconstruction, you can, because I wanted to do more with the children's ministry, and the church was like, you can't, you're too young. And I was like, hold on, 1 Timothy 4:12 doesn't say that. It says, don't let anyone look down on you because you're young. So like I'm in the office of these like older people who are like telling me I can't do something, and like I should have known then. But it's fine. I waited like everyone else until 2020 to deconstruct, so it's okay. Like we just gotta laugh at ourselves sometimes. But anyways, like I said, we should have known then. But I do want you to know, like that's a little bit about me, but a little bit of like fast forward to today. I take what I do very seriously. Like I have a lot of fun. I laugh at myself. I laugh with the kids. Like it's great. We have a lot of fun. But I do take what I do very seriously. It's not just babysitting. And anytime I make a decision, I run it through 5 filters. So the first 2 are statements: protect the child and protect the church, because that's my job. That's what you guys hired me to do. Protect our kids and protect our church. So those are like my first 2 filters. And then anytime I make a decision, if it is like kind of okay through those, I go through 3 questions. So how does this affect the kids? Is what I'm about to do beneficial for them? So how does this affect the kids? How does this affect the parents? How does this affect, the families? It might be grandparents or whatever, guardianship situations are going on. How is this affecting the family? And then my third filter is, how does this affect my team? Because we're a team of volunteers for the most part. And so like, I very much value you guys. I want to, you guys as in the volunteers, not all of you, I know. But hey, okay, listen, you can't put a kids pastor on stage and not expect her to do like a volunteer plug. So, so that's, you're welcome. But no, seriously, like everything I do, like I'm thinking about those 3 things because that's just like how I filter. And if any of the answer for those things is negative, I'm just not going to do it. And it could just be one of the 3. It doesn't have to be all 3. It depends on the situation. But just so you know, that's kind of how I think. And I think that that's important for you guys to know, that that's kind of how I process. But because James even talks, in the Bible, not James, the people at our church, talks about this, where it's like, not all of you, should be teachers. Like we're held to a higher standard. So I take that importantly. So, but also I believe in what we're doing in the sense of like, I believe in our kids. So like a lot of our kids right now are younger. We don't have a lot of older kids. So like, we'll take a 6-year-old, for example. They're 6 right now. But it's like, well, how do I impact the future with them? Because in 20 years, the world might look very differently. But like, the things that I'm doing today are going to impact them for the rest of their life. And the things that it's not just me, our volunteers are very much a part of that too. So this is going to impact them for the rest of their life. So what happens when they're 26? Did they take life lessons? It's not just about like, oh, we read this Bible verse and, they can quote it. Good job. All 66 books of the Bible. That's cool, like fun fact, but that's not what's most important. I want them to be able to take away like life lessons, which like I'll kind of skip ahead. Like the way that I think about things, and especially the new curriculum that we've started doing, I want it to be very basic. Like I want it to be on their level. Because I want, like, the goal of the children's ministry, if you want to call it our mission statement, you can, but I don't want to because it's really long. So, but basically, I want the goal of the children's ministry to show kids God's love on their level and to help them see faith in God is like a wonderful way to interact with the world. And it's not something that they're going to have to deconstruct from or disentangle. If you're up on the lingo, that's the new word for deconstruction. I don't want it to be something they have to disentangle from or deconstruct from later. I want them to be able to ask questions now. I want them to like get in that mindset of like it's okay to ask questions of the Bible. But like I said, so when we're reading our curriculum, which is actually developed by Sarah Schwarzenduber. She is a pastor at Cascade Church. So check out her website because she's seriously incredible. I mean, she knew that there was a gap for churches like us. She's like, there's a lot of curriculum out there, right? Like, I mean, it has for a while. Like I said, I grew up Southern Baptist. My degree is non-denominational evangelical. So it's like there's a lot of resources out there, but not for what we're doing. And she saw the gap and she filled it. So I'm very thankful. But yeah, check her out. She's got other resources too. But anyways, I want it to like start with the Bible story and then have the kids like process through what that looks like after the fact. Because what I've seen in the past is we will start with theology and then find a Bible story to fill it. So it's like, oh, we want to teach our kids this theology, so I'm going to cherry pick this Bible story for it. And like, do I think that we should read every single Bible story to our kids? No, like that's not appropriate. That's not God and them meeting on their level. But it is kind of like, let's start with the Bible and then work our way backwards because there's life lessons in the Bible. You know, the Bible talks about like, don't let the sun go down on your anger. Well, that sounds like taking a deep breath to me. Like, you know, you like, just like that. And we talk about that with our kids, you know, and we talk about, you know, the emotions wheel, and we talk about things like that. We talk about caring about others. I mean, that is a huge chunk of what Jesus talked about. So like, why would we not talk about that too? So just things like that, if that are some good examples for you. So some resources before I jump into the lessons, besides Sarah Schwarzenduber and Cascade Church and the curriculum that they've created. One of the podcasts that I personally like is called Faith Adjacent, and they have like a sub-series in their podcast called I Kid You Not, which is kind of funny, but it's with Meredith Ann Miller, and she has her own podcast that's like geared towards children, but in the I Kid You Not Faith Adjacent like sub-series, she talks about reparenting yourself because as you're going through potentially reconstruction at this point, but also deconstruction, as you're going through that, you're also kind of reparenting yourself and you're re-evaluating your relationship with God. So like some of that stuff is really useful for if you have kids, but even if you don't have kids, I would still recommend it because like we have to reparent ourselves sometimes. And just like we're reteaching ourselves about God and the Bible, like to meet us on our level where we're at. So which is kind of where the reconstruction comes in. But another curriculum that I really like is called True Way Kids. Jeremy actually introduced me to them because he used them at his old church in Connecticut, I think. I like them because they're progressive for what they are. Like they have a lot of lessons. For example, I pulled one of their science lessons the Sunday around the eclipse, like the solar eclipse. And I was like, oh, we're definitely doing this. Like this fits perfectly with what's going on in the world. Like let's do a fun science lesson and also talk about the solar eclipse. And look at that, God created the sun, you know, if that's the stance you want to take. So, but that's what we talked about. So, and then the other thing that I really like is a little bit more musical. I think it's on Netflix, but it's called Storybots. Okay. Some of you guys know if you have kids already. I like them because they sing about emotions and like fun things and they're cute little animated robots. I don't know. I like them. They're fun. We've used them before. But anyways, I want to go ahead and jump into the kids' lesson. So every Sunday when I sit down, mostly with elementary because nursery is structured a little bit differently. So I'm going to talk about elementary a little bit more because nursery, their attention span is shorter. So you just have to structure things differently for them, which is not bad. It's just different. So in elementary is mostly the filter that this is going to come through. So I start every week with something cool and something not cool because I want the kids, I want them to build a relationship with whoever's in the room with them. Usually that's me. But I also want them to build a relationship with each other because what we're doing is unique. There's not a lot of people who are walking the same faith walk as them. And I want them to have that friendship. Like, I do think that's important. But also it's just gives them a chance to tell me, okay, what's going on in your life? What's something cool that you did, or what's something cool that's coming up? And the same with not cool, So this is our curriculum. I'm going to read a little bit from it. This is the front page where Sarah kind of gives mindset going into the classroom. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to read the first sentence so you kind of understand the mindset of what's going on into the classroom. So your classroom's goal is to continue to engage students, because we've already started in the nursery. So we're continuing to engage students in the story of the Bible while helping begin to challenge the Bible by curating intentional spaces that invite question asking, interaction and response, while encouraging a lot of fun. So that's kind of the mindset that we're going into with this. And then every week has 6 components. 9.9 times out of 10, we don't do the snack component in elementary. That's only in the nursery, but the other 5 we do. So there's an opening activity and or a game. Sometimes they're separate. Sometimes I lump them together just based on what the game is and how it kind of play it by ear. But there's always an opening activity and always an opening game. And then we explore the story, which is what I'm going to read for you guys. And then there's our curiosity and prayer, which is what I'm also going to read. And then snack is number 5, but we usually don't get to do that. And then response, which response translate to craft time. We love craft time. So anyways, this is why you have an iPad, everyone, but I don't like iPads. Okay. So we're going to explore the story. So we've been talking about Saul for context. So this is where this story kind of picks up. So everyone remember our friend Saul? He began to follow Jesus, and then he called himself Paul. One guy with 2 names who we've been learning a lot about the last few weeks. Paul made friends with other people who wanted to talk about Jesus and began to travel around with them. He made friends and would often write letters telling his friends about his adventures and encouraging them to continue to love Jesus. Wherever he traveled, he would talk about Jesus, baptizing people in water and starting new churches. Paul wrote letters to his friends that lived in Corinth, who loved Jesus, to help teach them lessons about God and encourage them as a community. We find these letters in the New Testament in a book called Corinthians, and then there's a lot of crowd interaction. So we get the kids to say Corinthians and things like that because it's a weird word and it makes them laugh. The letter Paul wrote to the people in Corinth was all about how each person's skills fit into loving God and creating a beautiful community, a community that we now call a church. So Paul reminded everyone that he wrote that they had all been baptized in water just the same way, but they were all really important. He compared each person to a part of the human body. We need ears to hear, we need eyes to see, we need legs to walk, and each of these body parts work together to make a person. And in the same way, each person's skills make up a church. One person asked, "I'm great at making food for others. Can I do that and love God?" And then another person wrote, "I love playing with kids. Can I do that and love God?" And then the last person wrote, "I love giving hugs. Can I do that and love God?" So Paul wrote back to the church in a letter, and he said, "You are all amazing at loving God and have such amazing gifts. When we use each of our gifts together, we create a body. We need each of our body parts to help something work and move. Each part of the body is so important. Jesus wants to do amazing things through you, and I can't wait to see what happens." And so just like Paul was impressed by all the amazing skills at the church of Corinth to love God, he would be impressed by all your skills as well. And loving God looks different for each of us, but each of us brings something important and unique. And then so after So that would be our kids' like Bible story, which the Southern Baptist raised girl in me was like, wait a minute, I have to read the Bible story off of a paper? I can't read it out of the Bible? That was different for me. But that's goes to the point of like, we're just meeting God on their level. If I had read that out of the Bible, they wouldn't have understand half the words that I just said. But this was like written down for them. So I'm gonna ask the band to come on up. This can be your time to come up because our next section that we go through the lesson is called our wonder questions. So it's just a time we have our wonder questions and then we have our key question, which our key question is the same every week. And our wonder questions, a lot of times are really simple, but they get the kids' brains thinking. Like I've had kids ask me some really deep questions and I'm like, that's a great question. I don't know the answer for you. And it's okay for me to not know, but also I love that they're asking questions. And so anyways, if you want, you can close your eyes if that helps you think. That's what I encourage the kids to do because it takes away distractions, but you don't have to. So using your skill of curiosity, what are some questions that you have from the story? And then so they think about that. And then using your skill of curiosity, I wonder what role Paul was passionate about in the church. And then using your skill of curiosity, I wonder if the church in Corinth ate a lot of food together. I wonder if there were multiple churches starting, or maybe there was just one. And then our key question, so this is the one that stays the same every week. So thinking about today's story, so like the story that we just read, thinking about today's story, what do you think about the characteristics of God? What do you think that this says about who God is? Because sometimes they don't know the word characteristics. And then based on today's story, how do you think your skills fit into the church? How do you think they fit into our community? It might not even just be the church, it might just be our community. And, you know, they'll say all kinds of fun stuff, usually about Minecraft. That's their skill. So while the band is finishing up, usually after our wonder questions and our key question, we'll do a craft. So I'm going to like touch on the craft a little bit, but we will sing and then we'll do the craft later because I don't want there to be mass chaos. But our craft today, actually, let me pull it up. It's actually really simple. It's a person, little outline friend, and you color it in however you want to, whatever you want your hair to look like, any of that good stuff. And then you write out where, like what body parts you have that you can use to serve people around you. So like if you were talking about cooking food, like our story talked about cooking food for people, you could like draw your hands with like food in them and maybe you're bringing that to someone, you know, whatever that means for you. So I'm going to have crafts and stuff in the back, but first we're going to do 2 more songs. So if everyone will stand up, I'm going to turn things over to the band. Thank you.
So this song is called Miracle of the Mind. It's by Amanda Cook. If you know, you can sing along. Something is different about the way you talk to me. Used to my anxiety, overriding everything. Something is happening. I've never known this kind of peace, 'cause I'd forgotten how to breathe. But now I am remembering. It's like dreaming for the first time. Suddenly The mountains don't seem too high. I see my future in your eyes. What a miracle of the mind. It's like I'm safe for the first time. I can be myself, don't have to hide. All the shame is gone, all the lies. What a miracle of the mind. Something is healing. I'm beginning to believe I am what you think of me. Oh, this changes everything. It's like dreaming for the first time. Suddenly, the mountains don't seem too high. I see my future in your eyes. What a miracle of the mind. It's like I'm safe for the first time. I can be myself, don't have to hide. All the shame is gone, all the lies. What a miracle of the mind. What a miracle of the mind. What a miracle of the mind. Oh, precious. Oh, your thoughts are brilliant, full of love and kindness. Oh, your thoughts are so good for me, Jesus. What a conversation. Hear the heart of heaven. I can hear it oh so clearly. It's like dreaming for the first time. Suddenly, the mountains don't seem too high. I see my future in your eyes. What a miracle, miracle. It's like I'm safe for the first time. I can be myself, don't have to hide. All the shame is gone, all the lies. What a miracle of the mind. It's like dreaming for the first time. Suddenly, the mountains don't seem too high. I see my future in your eyes. What a miracle of the mind. It's like I'm safe for the first time. I can be myself, don't have to hide. All the shame is gone, all the lies. What a miracle of the mind. It's like dreaming for the first time. I see my future in your eyes. What a miracle. It's like I'm safe for the first time. All the shame is gone, all the lies. What a miracle of the mind. So this last song is called Over and Over Us. It's by Stephanie Gretzinger. And I like it because, you know, it'll still be true no matter how many times we play the song. I say it every time, but there's not a lot of songs that I've experienced, at least, where it's explaining all the things that God is not. because sometimes we get fed a narrative that like God gives and God takes away, and I like that this is like, no, the first line is, you're not a taker. So with that, I hope that this song, the tiny piece that makes you see God differently, and hopefully differently in a good way, a way that's more healing and easier to take in. We give you access. We give you access. You are not a taker. You are only ever giving and drawing, seeking and calling. You are not a faker. You are only ever honest and true, genuine in all you do. We give you access to our hearts. You give us access to all you are. We give you access to our hearts. You give us access to all you are. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. Right here, right now. Your heart is pouring out. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. No fear, no doubt. Your love is all around. You are not a stranger. You are only ever Father, provider, healer, defender, and you are mine forever. And there will be no other Savior and keeper, lover and friend. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. Right here, right now. Your heart is pouring out. Heaven is open. Heaven is open over us. No fear, no doubt. Your love is all around. If we open up our eyes, we'll find you've been here the whole time. If we open up our eyes, we'll find you've been here the whole time. We give you access to our hearts. You give us access access to all you are. We give you access to our hearts. You give us access to all you are. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. Right here, right now. Your heart is pouring out. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. No fear, no doubt. Your love is all around, 'cause heaven is wide open. It's wide open. Wide open. It's wide open. Right here, right now. Your love is pouring out. Heaven is open over us. Heaven's still open over us. No reason to be afraid. You're always gonna come and save the day. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. Right here, right now. Your heart is pouring out. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. No fear, no doubt. Your love is all around. I have no other choice but to trust you. That's all I can do. I have no other choice but to believe. Heaven is open. I have no other choice but to trust you. That's all I can do. I have no other choice but to believe. Oh, that heaven is open. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. Right here, right now. Your heart is pouring out. Heaven is open over us. Heaven is open over us. No fear, no doubt. Your love is all around.
You can be seated. Give it up for Allison, y'all. First of all, she did great. Secondly, it's really hard to stand up here and talk. Like, I have been practicing this for a long time, and still sometimes I'm like, so, to get up here and talk to all, just speak from a stage is really hard. So I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you, and I think it is important. Our kids ministry is important, not because we want a place to stash our kids, but I think it's actually more important than what we're doing in here. Like, we're adults. We can get it together sometimes. They don't have a choice, right? Like, they absorb whatever we give them. And literally the other day, Nova did something, and she was like, I did a sin. And I was like, okay, what's a sin? And she's like, it's when you hurt someone. In fact, she had kicked her brother. And I was like, oh, okay, that is accurate. That is what a sin is. And she goes, Jesus will help me try better. And like, there was no like, I need to worry. Like, she wasn't worried about it. She was just like, oh, just I made a bad choice. And I, the other day, made a bad choice. And she was like, it's okay. You make a lot of bad choices. But then she was like, but you can try again. And I was like, you're right. I feel like we're doing something important here. Oh, no. That's my husband. He's texting me about the baby with a fever. It wasn't God. I'm sorry. So if you would like to be part of what we're doing, we do need kids volunteers. And I didn't tell Allison to come up here and speak just because we need kids volunteers. We need kids volunteers in general, but also it's really important. What we're doing is really important with them. Like, for them to have the ability to take God's love and not God's wrath or whatever it is that we were born in, right? And take that with them for the rest of their life instead is huge. And we try really hard not to burn our volunteers out like a lot of places do. So you would only volunteer one time a month. Plus, you would get to hang out with my 3-year-old who may or may not like you. So, big selling point. Next week, we have been talking about like adjustments in faith recently. So next week, we're talking about how Jesus was the biggest adjustment of faith in ever, probably. So biggest curveball. And brunches at Salty Nun. If you would like to go to that, we have to tear down everything here. And then we'll meet you over there. And take a craft with you. Okay, there's some in the back, and markers and crayons. Take a minute and go color. Okay, it's good for your soul. If you don't have a minute because you are a craft Grinch, then take one on the way out. They're right by the sign. You can't miss it because I'm pointing at it and showing it to you. And the Lord will judge you. No, that's what we're not teaching our kids. We're going to reel that back in. But take one with you because coloring really is good for the soul. And it actually is great to think about your purpose and the things that you are good at and how you contribute to not just your family and your life, but to the faith community. Okay? Let's pray. Holy God, bless our hands that the work that we do will have impacts for generations to come, but the good kind. Bless our feet, that every step we take forward in this path of healing is a step that our kids see happening, and that they will be able to know that it's okay to make mistakes, even a lot of them. Jesus will help you try again. Give us the strength to keep going. Give us the resolve and the grace to accept that life is actually really hard, but that doing it together is what matters. In Jesus' name, amen. Go forth and be free. And take a craft. Bye.